What's going on, folks? I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe. So, as I said in the last video of the part series, that this was going to segue into something else, Endgame. Now, I have seen people, like during, it was either the last F stream or the one before. I think it was the one before, where they asked people, you know, what they would really like to see out of the game. Now, there's two parts to understand about that questioning. One, there was a lot of veteran players that threw their 2 cents in on that. It was even showed by time played and everything else. So a lot of veteran players, like I said in that last video, were definitely willing to speak up and say, hey, we want Endgame. It was a big fucking request of Endgame. Now, is Warframe that type of game? Personally, I don't think that it is. Like, it's just a constantly evolving game. It really is. Even though, yes, there are tons of similar mission types. I mean, like, there just really is. But just on the story quests, right? Wow, they completely took that out? Fucking serious right now? Main quest, there we go. I'm sorry, I just looked at the wrong one. So just, you know, main quests alone, right? Just the story of this game. You know, you start out with Awakening, you get Devorah's Prize, the guy who wakes your ass up and, you know, tries to take over your robo brain, and then you get to Fortuna. I cannot believe that they don't actually put Sia's Vigil in here as a main quest. Like, that's how you have to get to the Plains of Eidolon, albeit Plains of Eidolon's all fucked up. And Eidolon hunting's pretty much dead at this point. Sia's Vigil's actually kind of an annoying quest, but I would definitely say it's kind of in there. Is, hey, this is open worlds are a thing in the game, you know, and you get a damn good Warframe start from there that you can completely farm there too, which is a kind of a an oddity for Warframe. But yeah, no, but I mean, you get Vox Solaris, you get Once Awake, you get Heart of Deimos, another open world. It's like we got 2 of the 3 open worlds and we just don't do that. Yeah, okay. Arcwing, that's semi-important. Nata, that's very important. Second Dream is damn important. Rising Tide, they're gonna put Rising Tide in here as a main story, right? It's how you get your railjack. It's not I get there's stuff in Rising Tide. I'm just saying. War Within is very important. Chains of Horror is super important. Apostasy Prologue, The Sacrifice, Prelude to War, all 3 just more movie trailers with some minor stuff, but you know, the New War, hugely important. The Very Paradox is odd but good. Bro, we're gonna put Jade Shadows as one of the made ones. Really? It's a side quest. I like that quest, but that's a side quest all freaking day long. Come on. Angel of the Zariman, very important. Whispers in the Wall, very important. Lotus Eaters, from a story perspective, I get it. The Hex, definitely. And these are just the main stories, right? When we go into the side quest, say Sia's Vigil, how do I know? Howl of the Kubro, learn about companions. You know, Stolen Dreams, pretty simple. Veilbreaker, definitely side quest. Albeit, I'm surprised that Veilbreaker is actually listed as a side quest and not a Warframe quest, because you have to do Veilbreaker in order to do Call's Garrison, and Call's Garrison is where you farm Styanax. So you can't get Styanax without doing Veilbreaker. Just saying. Patient Zero, I mean, that's how you get Mesa, you know? Man, a few words, Clem, that's fine. You know, Warframe quests, Call of Tempest Story. Okay, let's hold the fucking phone here. Okay. Deadlock Protocol. I actually think that's more of a... I get it's a frame quest, okay? But there's story that wraps into main quest. Deadlock Protocol, okay. Parvos Granum has his hands in, you know, the disruption in motherfucking Sanctum Anatomica, which leads to Dante, you know, which leads to more crap. Call of Tempest Story. This one I get, you know, Sisters of Parvos, Sevagoth, Railjack 3.0, totally understand. New Strain, Cephalon Samaris, whatever. Glass Gambit, that's what, Nidus. Octavia's Anthem, definitely. Sands of Anaros, definitely. Hidden Messages, definitely. Mask of the Revenant. I get it's a Warframe quest, but it kind of gives some information about Eidolons. Not a lot, but a little bit. Silver Grove, definitely. Wave Rider, definitely. Limbo Theorem, absolutely. Jorda's Precept. I mean, yeah, I get it. I still don't understand why that is the farm for Atlas. I don't know that I'll ever understand that, but it's whatever. So, like, I get it, right? I get those. But look at all these different fucking quests, man. There's not a single overlay here. This is just the story of the game. You tell me where to put an end game on this. Seriously, when you look at what they consider to be the main quests, as of right now, where's the end game? What do you plug into here to give end game? Because end game is usually the top end achievable goal, right? And if you look at each one of these stories by themselves, I think the storytelling from Digital Extremes is unfathomably good. I think their creative art team does some really, really cool shit to play along with the storytelling of these quests, and really gives us some pretty heavy content. Now, is some of this a little like has there been like big fucking gaps in there? Yes. You know, because like if you were to truly go in the order of release, Heart of Deimos came way after Archwing. I mean, fuck, Heart of Deimos came before the New War. Then all these other ones, you know, so it was Awakening, Vor's Prize, Vox Solaris, Once Awake, the Archwing, Nata, Second Dream, Rising Tide, War Within, Chains of Horror, possibly Pro, all three of those. Then it would have been Heart of Deimos, then New War, then Angels of the Zeraman, then the Deviri Paradox, then Jade Shadows, then Whisper. I mean, like, this shit's out of, like, I understand this is the loop, or this is the line that you have to play in order of completion, but yeah, from where they release compared to where they are, very different. But what do you think the end game should be? You know, should it finally be Wally? You know, should that be the attainable thing? And with Wally being the trickster, does Wally reset us? Like, reset us back into a time frame, not our profile, but reset the memory of our operator and game loop us so we can go back and do the end game again? I mean, like, I've never been a fan of there needs to be an end game, especially when it comes to, you know, like an MMO, you know, especially really grindy MMOs. Like, I think expansion and evolution is really how these games play out. And I understand somebody wants some really crazy level, you know, crazy difficult content to really make you feel like you really busted your ass and did it, you know, got that power creep knowledge, and you're doing everything for the game to make it feel like you've really done something in the game. I personally am a huge fan of the storytelling, though. I don't know. You tell me. First of all, do you think that that end game really should be applied? Right? Do you really feel like there needs to be an end game, or are you more like me and you like just the general evolution and more stories to the game? If you do want an end game, what do you think it should be? I am very curious because I see both sides of the argument. I really do. I've obviously given my opinion. Give me yours. What do you think? So, folks, that's it. Thank you very much. As always, catch you in the next one.